Hey, what's up? This is Crystal. So my friend calls me up, tells me to come pick her up. I go pick her up. I get there. I come to find out that her and her husband not getting along. Her husband told me that I am not taking his wife. And that if I take his wife, he's going to call the cops. I said, well, you just go ahead and call those cops, 'cause I ain't doing nothing wrong. She's adult, and if she's ready to go, she's ready to go. So he ends up driving off, going down to the end of the driveway to block it off, hoping and praying that that's going to keep me from leaving with his wife. Okay, so me and his wife comes up with the plan. She got in the back seat floorboard, and that was our plan, to sneak her out. 'Cause in his mind, if he didn't see her in the passenger seat, he would think that she wasn't with me. But she was. So our plan was planned. She was in the back seat floorboard. So I drive down the driveway. He didn't see her in the passenger seat, so he pulled up to let me go around him, 'cause he thought that she was still at home. So I drove out, and I seen him driving back down the driveway to go see if she was still there. She wasn't. She was in back seat floorboard in my car. I had to sneak her out because her husband refused to let me take her. For what reason, I don't know. But so we drive down to the store, and I pull into the parking lot, and she gets out of the back seat and gets in the front. And I said, girl, you crazy. I said, he's going to be mad when he finds out that you're not there. She said, oh, girl, don't worry about him. I said, okay. So we go to my house. And when we get to my house, we go in. I get my son out of the car, and we all go in the house, and we're talking and stuff. And she tells me that she needs a beer. I said, girl, why didn't you tell me that you needed a beer before we got to the house? I could have grabbed you a beer before we got to my house. But you gonna tell me that you need a beer when we get to my house. Are you silly? So, because I already kidnapped her, I didn't really kidnap her, because she's adult and stuff, but, we already had that situation going on where her husband already figured out that she was not there. So, us being inside my house was the safest place for us, where he couldn't do anything. 'Cause if he came on my property, I could call the cops. 'Cause she didn't want to go. And she wanted to be home with me. So, in the kindness of my heart, I said, okay, girl, let me get my son ready again. Put him in the car seat. And you come on out, get in the car, and we'll get your beer. I had the kindness of my heart. I scraped up enough change to go get her beer. Well, the road speed limit is 30. I was rolling down a hill. Ended up going from 30 to 45, rolling down a hill. I did not know that you could get pulled over by rolling down a hill. Seriously? So, I look behind me, and here comes a cop. I said, damn, girl, we about to get pulled over. She said, I have a warrant out for my arrest. I said, you have what? I said, girl, if you had a warrant out for your arrest, why didn't you stay home? I could have went and got your beer without you riding with me. She said, well, you told me to come on. I said, well, you didn't tell me that you had a warrant out for your arrest before we got into the car. Now we about to be pulled over. It's a little too late that you told me right now. So, she could have stayed at home. I could have went and got her beer. And she would have never been arrested. So, anyway, we roll down the hill. Here comes a cop. So I go all the way down the road, stop at the stop sign, use my signal light, take a right, get on the road, use my signal light, take a left, and pull into Brookshire's parking lot. He followed me all the way in the Brookshire's parking lot. He never had his lights on until he got inside the parking lot and got behind me in Brookshire's parking lot. Then he turns on his lights, which I already know he was coming after me. Anyway, sorry y'all. My nose was itching. And so I was driving with no license. I just haven't ever got a license. My license wasn't expired or suspended. I just never ever got my permanent. I never got a license. So we get pulled over. The cop comes to my side, asks me my information. I give him my information. Then he goes back and he runs my name. While he's running my name, a backup cop comes to my friend's side and says, what's your name? Well, she has a warrant out for her arrest, so she decides to lie about her name. So they asked me what her name was. So I told them what her name was. They said they was going to go back and run her information, and they come back and tell us. So that one cop, the one that pulled me over first, came back, told me that everything came back good, that my background was good, everything was good, and went back to his car. I said, okay, thank you. And then, another cop came up on my friend's side and opened her door and asked her to get out of the car. They put handcuffs on her and told her that she was going to jail for a warrant out for her arrest. And she was acting dumb, like she didn't even know what she was going to jail for. And just like 2 minutes ago, she just told me that she was about to go to jail for a warrant. So, anyway, they take her to jail for a warrant. After they take her to jail for a warrant, he comes back to my car and he wants to search it. He said, ma'am, is there anything illegal in this car? Anything that's going to poke me, stab me? Anything at all? Illegal drugs or anything at all in this car? I said, no, sir. He said, are you giving me permission to search this car? I said, yes, sir. He said, will I find anything in this car? I said, no, sir. He said, thank you, I'm about to search your car. You gave me permission to search your car. Did you not? I said, yes, sir, I gave you permission to search my car. So him and this backup cop searching my car. The whole time he's searching my car, he's thinking that I have drugs in my car. I didn't have no drugs in my car. I was trying to do a friend a favor, go to the store and get her beer, and then my ass was going back to the house. That's all I was doing. I was just trying to help out a friend. In the progress of helping out a friend, my car gets searched. They thinking that I'm riding with drugs. So they search my whole car. They tell me, well, ma'am, you know that if we find anything in this car, that your butt is going to jail. I said, yes, I know that. And we'll be calling foster care and having your child picked up if we find anything in this car. are you sure we're not going to find anything in this car? I said, yes, sir. I am positive you're not going to find anything in this car. Cops are mean, okay? Like, what the hell, motherfucker? I told you you ain't going to find nothing in this car. In the end, there ain't going to be anything in this damn car. I told you. And what the hell you think I'm doing, lying? Okay, there's nothing in my car. I have a fucking infant in the back seat of my car. You think I'm riding with drugs with a baby? Are you crazy? You must be crazy. You must be insane. I know people do that all the time. They ride with drugs with their kids and stuff, but not me. I mean, come on now. I got more brains than that. If I'm going to do my drugs, I'll stay at the house. And I won't be driving around. I mean, come on now. You have to have your brain. So they ended up searching my whole car. They didn't find nothing. See, I was telling them they wasn't going to find nothing. I knew they wasn't going to find nothing. But both of them, they were harassing me. Saying, if we find something, you going to jail, your kid's going to foster care. I said, sir, I don't even know why you're wasting your breath, because you're not going to find nothing in my car. And why do you have to harass me? So they didn't find nothing in my car, so he got all mad because they didn't find anything in my car. So he said that he was going to give me a speeding ticket. And since I told him the truth and everything, that they could have gave me 2 tickets for no license and speeding, but since I told the truth, they only gave me 1 speeding ticket. I got lucky. I could have got 2 tickets, but I was nice and stuff, so he gave me 1 ticket. And they made me get my baby out so they can search my baby's car seat. I had to unbuckle my baby's car seat and unbuckle my child out of the car. And I was holding my child while they were searching underneath his car seat, his diaper bag, the floorboard, underneath the seat, everything. They was searching everything. And the backup cop wanted to give me a child endangerment charge. And I looked at that cop that pulled me over. I said, what? I said, there ain't no child endangerment. I said, my child was buckled up. I said, I had to unbuckle the car seat and unbuckle my child to get my child out so y'all can search my car. I said he was completely secure. He was buckled in right. And the cop that pulled me over, he said, no, we're not going to give her a child endangerment charge. That's all we're going to give her is a speeding ticket. I said, thank you, Jesus. I said, my baby was secure. And then when they wanted me to buckle my baby in, back in, I had to have the cop hold my baby boy so I could get in there and buckle my car seat. And the other officer, one of the officers, was watching me buckle the car seat back up to make sure it was secure. And it was. Then he gives me back my child, and I buckle up my child in the car seat. And they look around, make sure that he's in there good. And they was pushing the car seat around, make sure that it didn't move or anything. It was tightened up and stuff. And they said, okay, you're good to go. Here's your speeding ticket. The best thing you need to do is get your ass home. I said, okay. So, part 2. My friend went to jail. Part 1, my friend went to jail. Part 2, when she got out of jail, I was driving down the road. Me and my baby boy, we went shopping, grocery shopping or something. I went to go get some food and stuff, so we went grocery shopping. And on my way home, I seen this girl walking with a handicapped wheelchair man. There was a guy in a wheelchair and 2 guys walking beside the guy in the wheelchair, and there was some old lady walking with the guys. So I drive past them and I looked. I said, is that her? the girl that was riding with me when she got arrested. It was her. I said, is that her? Yes, that's her. I said, oh my gosh. So I passed them up, turned around, went back, pulled over on the side of the road. I said, girl. Actually, I said her name, but girl. She said, Crystal? I said, yep. She said, oh my gosh, girl. She said, I went to jail with you. Now you picking me up? I said, yeah. I said, you're out of jail? She said, yeah, girl, I did 5 days. I said, yeah, I know. I worried about you the whole time. She said, girl, this is crazy. She said, I was riding with you and went to jail, and now, 5 days later, I get out of jail, I'm walking down the road, and you see me. She said, what's the odds of that? I said, I don't know, but get in. I said, I'll take you home. So, yep. So, she rode around with me, went to jail, and when she got out 5 days later, I was there again to pick her up. Ain't that a coincidence?